Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. I just thought this article was kind of interesting and wanted to do a video about it. And some of you might already know about this, but just thought it was kind of interesting since there is so many people using the products. But this is a study that finds THC in 60% of CBD products tested. And as you can see, it's just 3 days ago. You might be getting a little unwanted something extra when you buy a CBD product at your local grocer's or supplement store. A new study warns about 60% of CBD products tested in the lab also contain THC. THC is the chemical in pot that causes intoxication or the feel-good feeling, researchers report in the journal Drug and Alcohol Dependence. Most products contain just trace amounts of THC, but those are enough to accumulate in the body and cause you to fail a drug test. So if you have a drug test coming up, you might want to watch some of the CBD products you're using because it's showing there's trace of THC in them. As an assistant professor of behavioral science in the University of Kentucky College of Medicine. So military personnel, professional and amateur athletes, and people in legal disputes like child custody cases could wind up in trouble through no fault of their own. So just by using the over-the-counter CBD product, THC is not allowed at the Olympics. It's not allowed in many sports organizations, but athletes use CBD because it helps them to recover. It helps them with different facets of their training. So I think that the one of the key takeaways from this work is to say that the public needs to question whether there's THC in their CBD products. Cannabidiol, or CBD, is a chemical compound in MJ that does not get you high, but has been touted as having a number of potential health benefits. For the study, the colleagues brought 80 different CBD products from online shops or stores in Kentucky. They subject each product in 9 analysis. Subjected the product to 9 analysis to determine accurately whether they contained any THC. They also tested Epidiolex, the only CBD product on the market that is approved by the United States Food and Drug Administration. Epidiolex is prescribed to help control epileptic seizures, and it manufacturers is rigorously regulated. I can imagine the regulations that are under that one. So the researchers found that Epidiolex contained a barely detectable amount of THC, just a 0.022 milligram per milliliter. So we compared all other CBD products in that context. This is what we found: an FDA-approved product that went through really stringent controls. They found that 52 of the 80 CBD products contained some amount of THC, and that all of those 5 contained THC levels higher than that in Epidiolex. So that's got to say something. By accident, it contains more THC than what is in Epidiolex. So I don't know. Who knows what's going to end up with that? If you have any comments on that, you can leave a comment, but all those 5 contain THC levels higher than that in Epidiolex, so I don't know. Maybe it's not the right testing, or maybe it just slides through. If you have any more information on that, go ahead and leave it in the comments, but I found it really interesting. So if a person does not have a tolerance for THC, these trace amounts, which can accumulate in one's fat cells as the product is used over time, can have an effect on that person. Associate Vice President of Consumer Clinical Content Development at the Partnership to End Addiction in New York City, She was not part of the study. Some of the CBD products contained enough THC to potentially cause intoxication in some people, particularly if they had no prior experience with pot. 11 products had THC concentrates of greater than 1 milligram per milliliter, and one contained more than 2 milligrams per milliliter. That's worrisome because a lot of elderly people do take CBD and are taking a lot of other medications, and they could have higher levels of THC in that product. She couldn't say why so many CBD products contain THC. It's definitely possible to remove all the THC. About 30% of the products we tested didn't have any THC in them. So I don't know if someone's just sliding by, or somebody's not doing their job, or it's just hard to say. Maybe somebody's doing it on purpose, doing it as a prank, who knows. Sloppy manufacturing and poor quality testing could be at fault. If you have any information, you can leave it in the comments why you think it's sliding through. But suspects, some cases might involve consumer manipulation, so just what I said. So if we're being a little bit cynical, we could think that if people feel an effect from something, if they feel a subjective effect, they might think that the product is working. Whereas if you don't necessarily feel any effects from something, you may tend to think it doesn't work. These results show that stiffer regulation is needed for CBD products. Consumers deserve accurate marketing claims, and if they choose to buy CBD, to know exactly what is in the product. It's been like the Wild Wild West for quite some time as CBD products proliferate, advertised for numerous maladies without research to substantiate it, and without oversight on quality control. Of the products tested, 21 were labeled THC-free. 5 of these contained detectable levels of THC according to the study. This is crazy. They put labels on 21 of them, and 5 of these contained detectable levels of THC, but yet it says THC. So that's kind of a marketing scam. I don't know. I suppose if the right person wanted to, could even lead to a lawsuit. So if you have any comments on this sentence, you can leave that in the comments as well. So very interesting article. But if you're buying a drink at the grocery store, you would expect when it says no alcohol that there is no alcohol in it. You couldn't drink it expecting to feel some alcohol effects, or maybe blow positive on a breathalyzer. This is the same thing. So, but the U.S. National Institute of Health has more about cannabidol, and there's some of the comments. But would you people stop? It's a perfectly safe consumable product. Drug or alcohol addiction is a lot worse to our society. So, but yeah. So now you see why I wanted to do a video on this article. I just thought it was kind of interesting, and just wanted to throw that out there since I do talk about MJ on the channel a lot. So, but feel free to leave comments, and if there's any other MJ stocks out there you want me to take a look at, make a video, I'd be happy to do that as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.